Let's come to your story, then I'll then connect it to Black is Bright. What inspired you to make that statement, Black is Bright?
Well, that is a summing up of my life journey in connection with Ghana and its people. And it literally came from a moment that I had in 2016. I was at a festival in Accra, the World Poetry Festival. I ended up there. And I met Pobi Mwintombo, also known as Poet Pobi. He is from Upper West Wa. And we started a conversation. And at some point, he asked me where I was coming from or why I was in Ghana. And then I shared his story, my story with him. And in that story, I have a connection with Kunta Kinte. And he said, as a reply, oh, I wrote a poem about Kunta Kinte. And the moment he said that, I felt that there was so much light surrounding us, and it as if past, present, and future came together in that one moment.
Was it the first time you heard the name Kunta Kinte? Was it the first time?
No, that is where my life story starts to be on it. It is where the connection with Africa came from at a very young age.
Okay.
When I was around 10 or 11 years old, I loved to go to the library and spend time in between books. I'm very blessed that I had that opportunity. And one day I picked the book Roots. It is the story of Kunta Kinte. He is a 50-year-old boy from Gambia. He was captured as a slave and transported to the United States of America, where he spent the rest of his life in captivity. Now, in that book, and there was also a film around that same time, I saw a young boy growing up into a very persistent, passionate, strong young man who was fighting for freedom throughout life. And when he couldn't find it in the external world, he found it within himself. Yes, and in that story, or whilst reading it, Kunta Kinte became my hero. And he still is my hero today. And I was also exposed via TV and media with images related to Africa. And the only thing I saw was sad people crying, children with tears, very skinny. I was told that Africa was a poor continent that needed our help. But I didn't understand, because I read that story of Kunta Kinte, and he was happy where he was living in his rural village. He was playing with his friends, he was connected to animals, to nature, he had a happy family around him.
That is when you were in Europe, the images you had via the media was about Africa was very different.
Yeah, it was like a continent of poverty that needed our help. And I didn't understand anymore why it needed our help, because I felt that there was something there in Africa that would help me. And I decided at that age that one day I would go into Africa to explore Africa from the inside out. And I worked very hard to make that possible. And I came to Ghana for the first time, to Tamale in 2007. And I decided that I wanted to live in a host family, because that is the way to really be integrated in the life of people here. And it was also an Islamic family, because I felt I'm baptized as a Christian, and I also wanted to learn more about other religions than my own. So yeah, that is how I came to Ghana for the first time.